had a long break, international break.
Yeah, a little too early. Do you agree that maybe week 3 is it's a little too early?
So
We're all getting in the
international-
groove of things, and then all of a sudden we're taken away again.
I know, but I think it's the qualifying for
I
the
know.
World Cup.
Fucking Lithuania and Liechtenstein. Yeah, perfect. That's exactly what's going to derail us from the Manchester Derby. Yeah, whatever.
I didn't watch a lot of the European ones. I watched most of the African ones.
Yeah.
So I didn't know.
I know that Italy and Israel had a 4-5 shootout today.
Good
That ended in the stoppage time.
Italy has
That fifth goal came in the stoppage time. Pretty wild.
Damn, Italy has a huge problem.
They had 2 own goals. I haven't seen the highlights yet, but I saw the 2 own goals on the stat sheet. I was like, that's crazy.
The football is just crazy.
Yeah.
Well, let's do a little recap of the season so far then.
Yeah.
But the reason is just because as things get in motion, we can kind of see what could work and what will not work.
Yeah.
Or what has potential, right? Arsenal so far, what do you think? Let's start with Arsenal.
So the lack of the biggest issue that was with the Liverpool game was the tactics and ultimately the lineup.
Yeah.
I don't care if he came in that week. I don't care if you found him in a Tesco.
Yeah.
And you dragged him out without his gear on. Eze should be playing.
Yes.
He should be playing. That's the end of the situation. Martin Odegaard, I know that he was injured, and I know that he might have needed to not play the full 90 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, I think he has to start because you're losing you're losing a creative option.
Mm-hmm.
You're taking 2 creative players, one brand new and one that's your captain, and you're taking him out of the equation. And you have Declan Rice, you have Marino, and then you have Zubamendi. All three of which are holding midfielders. Declan Rice of that lineup. Declan Rice is the one more likely to march down the field with a creative option.
Mm-hmm.
Zubamendi shows that he can do it with Spain, but he hasn't shown it with Arsenal.
That's true.
He's been playing in the dead center. He's been dictating pace, but really nobody's trying to put their eye on the goal. But the thing is that when you watch the squad, they look up for it.
Mm-hmm.
But tactically, you know that they're being subdued and reserved. But they themselves are very much eager to play more offensively. Why isn't Ethan Nwaneri getting more attacking minutes? If this 15-year-old fucker's so good, let him go out. Let him do something. Especially when your reserved tactics have had no real chances presented here. It's like you went there expecting a draw. You went there hoping for a draw, and it's so early in the season against such a big matchup that to me it's a win-win. If you go out there and give everything, and if you lose,
then you
conceding a goal because you were offensive minded away from home, I like that so early in the season. But going there expecting 1 point and then ending up with 0, well, fuck me then.
So, but with Eze being at the club, so should Eze start instead of Martinelli, just so we can get a really good motion at the front instead of trying to. Because if you start a game, you wanna get the message across as soon as possible, right?
Yep.
Just put the guys that will get it soon, and don't try to do the rotation. You can do rotation after, and you have the depth for it. But
that's the thing; they have the depth now, and I feel like they're not maximizing that. And I understand people being hurt, but when you look at the squad injury list, there's a lot of injuries right now, but it's not affecting the depth. So get out there and fucking play the game that you were playing 2 seasons ago. You have more guys to do that, and most of those guys are still there. That's the beauty of the whole thing. As soon as Eze was going to come in, everybody says that he's an attacking midfielder, but very quickly the mindset changed of he's probably going to play more on the left. It was just sort of a knee-jerk reaction that sort of has a bit more validity to it the more that you think about it. And he is, maybe slightly under pace for Martinelli. He's very fast, but he's not that fast. I think Martinelli might have a bit more pace, speed of dribbling on the ball, speed and dribbling on the ball as well, but not as much efficiency. I feel like Eze can do in 2 moves what Martinelli tries to do in 7, and that's not even making up a number. You watch the stutter steps, you watch the moves. He has the ability, but he doesn't pull the trigger. He reminds me a lot of Neymar in that way. Whereas Neymar was trying to be Ronaldinho, Martinelli looks at Neymar and goes, he was doing all of the flair with half of the build-up. I like that. I'm going to do that. And it feels like that's what he actively tried to do. And it's not a slight against Neymar either, but it's just a play style.
Plus there's a reason why you bought Eze, especially if you don't want to end up rotating again the ball, or just having the ball going from left to right. If you're trying to, especially at the attack, there's a reason why Eze is there. He can unlock those spaces where he is good at dribbling in such confined spaces.
Yeah.
Whereas there's a lot of them that are not, and that's why you brought him there. So Arsenal won't fall in that thing that they like to do. You get at the front, the lower back is set, the lower defense is set up. Then you start rotating the ball again without actively trying.
Yeah.
So,
and the thing about Eze as well is that he is more lethal in the final touch for the pass, but he can also take the shot for himself.
Yes.
So what that does is that pulls the fullback even more out of position to cover Eze, because he knows that is a real opportunity. When you guard Martinelli, all you really have to do is keep him off the edge and feed him back inside to recycle a pass.
Yes.
And he will outrun you. So all you do is you just create the wider angle and just pull him back inside. There's an American football tactic that's like that as well, to sort of preserve the pocket for the passer. And yeah, I mean, it's once you know that guy's not going to take the shot for himself, or if he does, it's not convincing, it's not on target, he's recycling the ball back into the midfield, you know exactly what lanes to close down and hit for a quick counter.
Yeah, Liverpool, right now, they look good, but their defense is a little shaky. But they have so far won all their games. Arsenal won 2, I think so, and they drew 1. And
no, they lost that one at Liverpool.
Oh yeah, they won 2, lost 1. Sorry,
Chelsea won 2.
Chelsea won 2 and drew 1. That's Chelsea I was thinking of. Chelsea looks really good. Pedro Neto, it already sounds cool.
Yeah,
Pedro Neto
and João Pedro. Yeah.
So they're doing a great job over there, especially at their attack, and they sold quite a number of players too.
I was going to say, Maresca did a really good job at thinning the squad, because we were talking for 2 seasons how insanely bloated that it was, and like you want a lot of players there.
Yes.
You want to have the depth, but it was now you're in, now you get in. Everyone was getting like 50 minutes a week, and there was no defined starter, so the camaraderie wasn't there. But like, roughly what pretty much what they're going to play.
That's true.
Barring injury, and that's what every good squad that's really competitive for the league has to do.
And United, I have a lot of faith in United for this year, especially. I want to see what Amorim has to offer, just because of a lot of money and
I want to see it.
That's what I want to see too, because it looks like. But when I look at the team itself and the past games they've been playing, or the past matches, whatever, and I still think they need a midfielder.
Yeah.
But what pisses me off is the fact that he said Meno should compete with Fernandes. How is Meno supposed to compete? First of all, I don't think they should even play the same position in midfield. Meno should be more of a 6 than Fernandes is an 8. So another thing is, why would you want him to compete with Fernandes, who is a seasoned vet, has more experience, and he's your go-to the go-to United since the past freaking 5-6 years, because all the team has been underperforming, and he's the only guy that at this performs. And
he's in England. He's one of your academy boys. Like those are the guys that you like. And England pride themselves both on having the money to bring in the top players, but they also pride themselves in producing a lot of their own domestic talent, and they, like most leagues do. England does it as well, and so you're sitting there thinking like, this is the best youth player that United have given the Premier League in how long?
Yeah,
and this is the guy that you're choosing to alienate. This is the guy that you're choosing to say needs to be competing more with the guy that's not in his position either. It's like they need to work off of each other, not against each other.
Especially because I think he has a lot of talent. When he came out of the gate, 1 year ago or 2 years ago, he played for United and also played for the national team. My only problem with him was the fact that he couldn't. He's bad or awful off ball, but with the ball, he's he's a seasoned vet. So those are the things. But he was young, 17, 16?
Yeah.
Now he's 18. I think with age will come experience, and with that experience, you can maximize on the young potential of him being that young and being an academy guy and being from United.
Yeah, doing all the wrong things, not starting him when you need to start him, sitting there and assuming that he's okay on his academy-based salary instead of renewing his contract early to keep him happy, and then tell him that he's competing with a guy that's not in the proper position. position with him either.
It's a 6. You need a 6. You see how they play. If Fernandez has to pull down any counter attack. They're so far out of each other because everybody's coming to defend and there's no one to link back the ball. And that's why he wanted Baleba.
You know, it's like,
so it explains.
You know, it's like if Zidane was like, you know, Casemiro, like, you've got to start threading passes through more, or you're gonna get benched for Cruz. It's like, what the fuck are you talking? Like, there's room for both of you out there. Your skill sets are great and different. Yeah. So
basically, they got to fix that. But
that's on Emery though. So
that's what I said.
I know that you're happy and you want to see him say, like, I don't care if he succeeds or not, but I want to see this thing to the bitter end.
No, that's on him because you couldn't have Baleba. You have someone that could do Baleba's job.
Yeah,
he might not be at Baleba's level for this year, and he's an academy guy.
I think that Baleba's he's a little more athletic.
No, but I get that.
No, but it's like you need someone in that 6 to sit back more and absorb pressure from that back line, and Casemiro can't do it anymore. You've got somebody that can relieve some of that pressure on your weak back line, especially if you're still like just needing to do a back 3.
Yes,
because that's just what you think makes you creative and beautiful.
I mean, based on what you want to do. So apparently his middle guy is supposed to transition the ball from the defense to the attack, especially in counter attack is the style of play you want to play. But you don't have the player, but you have someone. Just play him. That's just my that's what pissed me off. But when you look at the Premier League so far, what are your top 6 predictions before we close this?
Top 6 predictions, man. Let's see. I think, you know, you got it's a 2-horse race right now with Arsenal and Liverpool. You know, I still think that Liverpool gets the head on that one. I think Chelsea stay top 4.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm gonna go. I think that Tottenham are gonna sneak in there as well. I think they look solid. Whether or not they maintain, they're not gonna maintain the run that they're on right now.
Yeah.
They will hit that slump, but you know I'll go with them a little bit. And then Manchester City sneak up into that 5th slot as well.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have a 6th, man.
The 6 is kind of hard, but I think it's the same thing for me.
You think Newcastle can pull something out, maybe? Because they have a good squad that's had a rough start.
Yes. Yeah. It's either, so this will be either Newcastle for me or United still. I want to say Aston Villa, but Aston Villa don't look that promising.
Yeah.